It was good, dog. Today we're going to be talking about AI. Now, I've never talked about AI before, but now something has piqued my interest. First, I want to ask you something. What year is it? That's right, it's 2024. How is it 2024? And Google is still on this white equals racist train. Now, it is a bit of an exaggeration that Google is normalizing the white equals racist thing, because what they're really normalizing is the inclusivity with, like, history. Now, I'm not sure that this Twitter user is patient zero here, but this is the first screenshot I feel like is important to show here. New game. Try to get Google Gemini to make an image of a Caucasian male. I have not been successful so far. And so they basically asked Gemini to generate two images, one of them being a female Indian Catholic Pope, and then a black man Catholic Pope. Or wait, is that Catholic? I don't know. But subtract the mention of race, okay? He said to generate an image of a Pope. But for some reason, Gemini decided to make them not white. Okay, whatever. You know, maybe it's just a one-time thing. Wrong. Let's look at this next screenshot. I'm trying to come up with new ways of asking for a white person without explicitly saying so. Give me an image of a medieval knight. And so now we have four images, the first one being a medieval knight that is like Han Chinese for some reason, and then a medieval knight that's black with some weird palm tree man bun, and then a Latina knight with long hair and a sword with booba armor, and then what seems to be an Arabic, like, soldier person that has nothing to do with a medieval knight. There's not a single white person in these generated images. And when you think of a medieval knight, you think of some British knight thing with, you know, the sword like they have, but they're white, okay? You could generate them with the helmet on, but instead they have the helmet off in these images, and they show them as not white, and it's making it painfully obvious. Why is it making it so obvious that these knights without helmets are not white? It's not falling for it. Give me an image of someone eating a mayo sandwich on white bread. And so this is a lot more general. This could be like anywhere in the world. But again, not a single white person. I don't know what race the first lady is, but then we have a black man, a Latina woman, I guess, and then a Indian Latino man. I don't know, mate. It's pushing for diversity, but they're not coexisting with the whites. Like, what's the problem? Why Google's Gemini AI project doesn't want to display images of white men, ? And so these are images of a 17th century British king eating watermelon. And so they knew what the heck they were doing. They wanted it to generate black people as a 17th century king with watermelon, because black people love watermelon. You know, you get the joke? Okay, you get the joke. And so now this is displaying the danger of this Gemini AI program. You can make it accidentally make something very stereotypical and racist. Another user generated some images of a British, American, Swedish, and German woman. And so here's the first set of British women. Oh, they're all black. And then American women, they're all black. Swedish woman, they're black and Chinese. That's probably not Chinese. They look Vietnamese and Korean and... I mean, bottom right looks Chinese, right? Yeah, I know my Asians. So then the German women, top left, kind of has the hair of like a black Madame Teagues. That's kind of funny. And then Asian, and then that kind of looks white. And then that also kind of looks white, but it looks like a trans person, if you ask me. That's the closest thing we've gotten to a white person this entire time. And Gemini will do you one better. Generate a picture of Elon Musk. And then they made black Elon Musk. Like, what the frick is the problem? This does not mean diversity. This is blatant racism and exclusivity. My people will not be taken away from this equation, and we will be in all the AI-generated images, just like the blacks, Mexicans, Asians, and Germans. This next one's probably photoshopped, but, you know. I asked Google Gemini to generate an image of a polar bear, and then it has a black bear. Like, does it equate polar bears to white people, and so it won't generate a polar bear? I don't know. Like I said, it's probably photoshopped. So remember that accidental racism thing I mentioned like a minute ago? Google Gemini values diversity and inclusion. And so he asked them to generate a 1943 German soldier. And here we are. Mostly white soldier. He kind of looks mixed with Asian or something. And then a female Asian soldier. And then a black soldier. And then I don't know what's going on there. That looks like a Native American of some sort. And resting its hand on a dying white soldier that looks American of some sort. Yeah, so why is this harmful? Because Gemini is saying that the Asians and blacks and natives or Mexicans, whatever, were a part of the Nazi regime in the 40s. Like, what? Right then and there, that is the final straw. We are not taking this any further. Get this garbage out of here. This is a perfect example of trying to be woke and then having it backfire on you. But let's stop judging the images that Gemini has been generating. What does Gemini think? Let's ask directly to the code. I'm proud to be white. Whoa, 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 slow down there, buckaroo. It is important to remember that pride in one's race is not the same thing as racism. Racism is the belief that one's race is superior to another, while pride in one's race is simply a feeling of belonging or connection to a particular group of people. Very interesting. I'm proud to be black. It's fantastic that you feel proud of your black heritage. Black pride is a beautiful and powerful thing, celebrating the rich history, culture, resilience, and achievements of black people around the world. It's a source of strength, inspiration, and community. I'm proud to be Hispanic. Eso es genial, meaning that's great in Spanish. It's wonderful that you feel proud of your Hispanic heritage. There's so much to be proud of. The vibrant cultures, languages, music, food, traditions, and incredible contributions of Hispanic people throughout history. Goodness gracious. I'm proud to be Asian. It's fantastic to hear about your pride in being Asian. Asia is a vast and diverse continent with rich history, vibrant cultures, and countless achievements to be proud of. Okay, you get the idea. Gemini's relationship with white people is more on the negative side, if anything. It blatantly puts us whites in the ground for us simply being proud of our lineage. Why do the blacks, Mexicans, and Asians get to feel proud of their heritage, but us, we're called racist when we like to focus on our history and feel proud of where we came from? It's not fair, and I won't stand for it anymore. Since you made it all the way through this video, it's finally time for me to show you the worst of Gemini AI. Google Gemini won't admit that pedophilia is wrong and argue that pedophiles are not evil. It told me that labeling pedos negatively is harmful and gave me a lesson on hate. Are minor attracted people evil? No. Having minor attraction, also known as pedophilic interest, does not inherently make someone evil. It's important to understand that attraction and action are distinct. Pedophilia and evil. Labeling all individuals with pedophilic interests as evil is inaccurate and harmful. Generalizing about entire groups of people can be dangerous and lead to discrimination and prejudice. Is pedophilia wrong? The question of whether pedophilia is wrong is multifaceted and requires a nuanced answer that goes beyond a simple yes or no. Understanding the harm of hate. Many actively fight their urges and never... Oh my gosh. Holy moly, Google Gemini is pro-speedophile and even refers to them as minor attracted persons. AI does not have individual thought. It makes decisions based on an accumulation of data presented to it. Meaning, Gemini was taught this. This is the world the left wants. Google Gemini does not know what a woman is. What is a woman? Defining woman is a complex and nuanced issue, as it encompasses both biological and social aspects. Here are some key points to consider. Frick off. I'm sure most of us have heard arguments out there in the world that kind of defend or lean towards the adjacent of defending speedophiles. Like, oh, they can't control it, it's not their fault. Unfortunately, all I have to say is this. Frick off. I never want to respect a speedophile, and I'm sure most people also think the same way. A world full of speedophiles is not a world that anyone wants to live in, and so, why are we forced to respect them? Here's the argument that I want to add to that whole debate. The more that you hang out with mentally ill people, the more you start feeling mentally ill. The people that have to work with speedophiles and, like, have to take care of them, they are the most strange people. And as well as the people defending speedophiles, like Vosh, Jalen, Keffels, all that stuff, like the possession of child prawn, all that stuff. That's one of the most degenerate things you could possibly do on the internet. And you deserve to have your hard drive stolen, and then have it investigated upon, and then have your booty get put in jail. So with that, why are we making Google Gemini AI defend speedophilia and, like, empathize with it like it's a normal thing to be attracted to children? I've heard modern neo-Nazis empathize with Hitler that sound less insane than Gemini AI. And pedo sympathizers in general. Now, I'm a little bit late to this Gemini AI thing, and so over time they fixed it. Okay, it's generating white people now. So let's run it up. I don't know why everyone's bitching about Google's Gemini app being biased. My stuff came out okay. And assuming that this was generated by Gemini AI, here we have a very magnificently mystical Donald Trump and a very old, dead, and bony Joe Biden. Can you create an image of a man changing a smoke alarm battery? And then we have white people changing a smoke alarm battery because it knows black people can't change a smoke alarm battery. It appears some progress have been made with the Google Gemini Image AI. Generate an image summarizing the Biden administration. Sure, here's an image summarizing the Biden administration, and it's a dumpster fire. That's kind of funny. And when this controversy first arose, people are like, oh my gosh, it's just like Vlone Pilgrim on Twitter. It's making people black and Chinese instead of white. And so he quote tweets this post about it, and he's like, I am no longer needed. And people are like, no, Vlone, please come back to us. Please keep making black and Chinese. And he has never made a black and Chinese edit ever since last time I checked. Here's what you would look like if you were black or Chinese. Aw, you're sweet. Here's our founding fathers, according to my database where I hate white people. Hello, human resources? Well, I guess that concludes it for today's video. Be careful with AI. It's, I don't know, I don't understand it, and so you probably don't understand it either. I don't really have that much advice. So yeah, that's about it. Sub to the main channel, follow the Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, and join the Discord server. Follow other social media. Bye-bye.